Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Good evening, everyone. We are learning three mental actions, right? Three mental actions. The first one is the longing. Is another name for lobha, right? Very strong lobha that will bring you hopeful destinations, right? Unhopeful destinations. Another one, second one is the A-way, right? The A-way is another name for dosa. Actually, this dosa is very strong, right? So the hatred or A-way to kill other sentient beings, right? So now, today we are going to learn wrong view. The wrong view is one of the three mental actions, right? So we will learn as stated in so we will learn just stated in the suttas, Chonda Sutta, right? And the Buddha said that he holds wrong view, has an incorrect perspective test. I think here, if you see here, perspective, right? If you perceive wrongly, right? In the wrong way. Incorrect perspective test. So there is nothing given, nothing sacrificed, nothing offered, right? So if you look at this one, so it doesn't believe the other giving, right? Doesn't believe sharing other people, right? You believe that sharing what you have is not good, right? There is no fruit or result of good and bad actions, even though you are doing good things. So a good result will not come to you, right? Sometimes even the Buddhists, right? Even a good Buddhist, sometimes you don't believe in the Dhamma. The Buddha said that if you do good, good result will come. So even though you're trying your best to do good, good result will not come, right? There are set conditions. But later we will learn about the result of karma, right? The nature of the result of karma. So sometimes, even though we are trying to be good, so a good result will not come. But in later part, eventually it will come, right? So there are many conditions to decide the result of good and bad actions, right? Here, the wrong perspective. There is no fruit and result of good and bad actions, right? We call it karmic retribution, right? Karmic retribution. Doesn't believe in karmic retributions. So there is no this war and no other war. So actually, some people doesn't believe, especially this is the past life and afterlife, right? Past life and afterlife. So there are many people who doesn't believe past life as well as afterlife. So what they believe is this life, right? Trying to enjoy life. So there will be no life after that. If you die, that's all. That's it. So that is also wrong view, right? That's also wrong view. So because of that wrong view, if you study the histories of communism, right? Mostly communists, they don't believe after life, right? So what they believe is do good and bad things, right? Do whatever you think, right? In this life, enjoy life. After dying, there will be no more, right? There will be no more life. So here, there is no this war and no after war, right? Actually, as you all know that, so we are learning three mental actions which are very, very strong, right? So it will give rise a result in the woeful destinations, right? A very strong one, right? Very strong one. So according to Four Noble Truths, if you don't believe, if you do not understand Four Noble Truths, that is the wrong view, right? That is the wrong view. So according to Magga what is the right view? The right view is understanding Four Noble Truths. So that means not understanding Four Noble Truths is the wrong view, right? But this is the advanced level, right? Advanced level. But this type of wrong view is very strong that it will give rise a result in the awful destinations, right? So later I will give the note. So there is no this world and no other world, right? So there is no mother and no father. So actually, if you just look at this one, no mother, no father. So that means the commentary mentioned that so there are no good and bad result of treating mother and father nicely or badly. So if you are treating your mother and father in a nice way, so there will be no use of it, right? So even though you are treating your mother in a bad way, it doesn't matter. So there is no mother and father. So that is according to them. So according to their desire, they get married, they give out, they have a children, right? So there is no need to take responsibility as the children to take care of their parents, right? So that there is no mother, no father. Very strong one, very wrong, very strong wrong view, right? So you don't want to take responsibility for your parents, right? So even though they are very, very old, you will not take care of them, right? So based on wrong view. So there are no beings spontaneously reborn. So as you all know that the devas, they were born. Generally they were born spontaneously, right? If you die here, so you were born in the deva realm, right? Spontaneously. So you don't need to stay in the mother's womb for 10 months, right? 10 months. So you don't believe just like a ghost, right? So ghosts also, they were born spontaneously, right? If you die, then you were born as a ghost nearby, right? Spontaneously. So you don't believe devas, you don't believe ghosts, right? So that is also one of the wrong view, right? One of the wrong view. So there are no beings spontaneously reborn. So there are in the world no ascetics and Brahmins. So here, ascetics and Brahmins mean religious leaders, right? Or right conduct and right practice who have been realized this world and the other world for themselves by direct knowledge and made them known to others. So doesn't believe that. So religious leader who realize themselves and make them known to the public, right? Doesn't believe so. This also, actually generally this one doesn't believe in religions, right? Maybe atheistic view, right? Atheistic view. Doesn't believe any religions. Doesn't believe the religious leader, right? Spiritual people. So this is the right view that mentioned in Chona Sutta and many other sutta as well. So this is a very wrong, very serious and very strong wrong belief, right? It will cause a rebirth in the hopeful destinations, right? Hopeful destinations. Any questions up to here? Not difficult, right? Not difficult. Okay. The wrong view means seeing and perceiving things in a wrong way. So you see and perceive in a wrong way, right? Suppose you think that you understand that this is a white color, right? That is a waiter, ignorance, right? Based on ignorance, you see and you perceive this black color as a white color, right? So actually here is only slightly different between ignorance and between wrong view, right? Because of delusion or because of ignorance, moha, right? Wrong view arises. So as a result of delusion, we see something, right? So we cannot understand in a correct perspective, right? For that reason, so our perception also getting wrong. So that is a wrong view, right? Seeing and perceiving things wrongly. Suppose in advanced level, the Buddha already stated that all conditioned phenomena are suffering, right? That is the truth. That's the truth. So that is the truth. If you understand all conditioned phenomena are suffering, if you understand that, you don't have a delusion. You have a wisdom, right? But you think that some of the conditioned phenomena are enjoyable, right? Right? Enjoyable, not suffering. Actually here, your understanding is not right, right? So based on your incorrect understanding, an incorrect view arises, wrong view arises, right? Wrong view arises. Seeing and perceiving things in a wrong way, right? So that is called wrong view. So there are two factors to complete a full course of micchādiṭṭhi. Micchādiṭṭhi is a wrong view that we are learning right now, right? Number one, being incorrect. So being incorrect, right? The second one is believing it as a correct view, right? As the correct view. Normally, so these are two factors, right? Two factors. Number one, not correct, right? But you see it as a correct, right? So these are two factors to complete a full course of micchādiṭṭhi, right? Normally, there's no giving, right? There's no giving stated in the. So that is a wrong view, right? That is a wrong view. So normally, U.S., America, right? Believe in giving, right? Normally, he used to give a lot, right? To the people in the world, especially the rich people in the United States. So they believe in giving, right? So by sharing their wealth to the poor people, so they can bring a prosperous and peaceful world, right? So that is a correct perspective. Correct perspective. As you all know that current President of the United States, Mr. Trump, right? He doesn't believe giving, right? He just believes taking, right? He is taking back all the company all over the world, right? Come back. And he restricted a lot of rules and regulations, right? So he doesn't share. He doesn't want to share, right? So actually, recently in the United States, United Nations, so the world leaders gather and give a speech, right? Many European leaders, they point out that, so that is not right. That is a wrong view. They actually, in their speeches, they imply, actually they are not there to speak the right way. They imply that. So such a selfish view is the wrong view, right? So globalization, right? So actually the world is changing. So if we follow selfish, selfish attitude, so we are going in the wrong directions. We are making all mistakes, right? So here, what I want to point out is, but of course, I don't believe whether it is right or wrong. So I think they don't believe sharing is not good, right? So there is no giving. There's no giving. So this is a wrong view. Such a wrong view will create a lot of problem, right? So as you all know that it creates a lot of chaos in the world. So because of that wrong view, so we have a global impact, right? So wrong view is very dangerous, right? Very dangerous. So there are two factors: being incorrect and believing as a correct view, right? Very dangerous. So there are many types of wrong views. So normally in the Brahmajala Sutta, so the first Sutta or Digha Nikaya mentioned, right? Mentioned 60 types of wrong views. So as I normally said that, it can be more than 62, right? It can be more than 62. So the Buddha just mentioned, some of the wrong views, right? Some of the wrong views. So understanding wrong view is very important. Many scholars always said that. So the Buddha, not the Buddha, the participant of the first Buddhist council, so they keep Brahmajala Sutta as the number one Sutta in Digha Nikaya, right? Number one Sutta in Pali Canon, Nikayas, Pali Canon. It's very important. So the reason is, in Brahmajala Sutta, the first Sutta of Digha Nikaya mentioned 60 types of wrong views, right? So understanding wrong view is very important. So by understanding wrong view, opposite, you understand right view, right? For that reason, understanding Brahmajala Sutta is very important, right? If you understand Brahmajala Sutta, you understand the Noble Eightfold Path better, right? The Noble Eightfold Path is the path to Nibbana, right? Starting with right view. So by understanding wrong view, so we understand right view, right? So there are many types of wrong views. Following three wrong views can block the path to good destinations, just like a human realm and just like a heavenly realms and Brahma realm, right? And also, it will block the path to Nibbana. Most importantly, so the commentary of Anguttara Nikaya mentioned some of the wrong view can block the path to Nibbana. But some of the wrong view will block not only the path to Nibbana, but also the path to a good destinations, right? So if you have a wrong view, it will be a blocking factors, a blocking conditions to go to a good destinations, right? So following three wrong views are one of them, right? So following three wrong views, if you have those wrong views, so it will prevent you to go to a good destinations, right? So the three wrong views are very serious. Number one, non-causality, ahituka deity. Non-causality, there's no cause, right? no cause and conditions. So a wrong view which state that so there is no causes or condition for the defilement and purification of beings. So that beings are defined and purified by chance or by fate. But here, actually just example, some people are intelligent, right? Some are not. Some people are beautiful, some are ugly, right? So they became beautiful, they became ugly, not because of the karma or actions that they have done in the past. It is just by chance. In science, they always say randomly, right? So we are here randomly. So there is no cause or condition in the past. So we are here randomly. If we die, that's all. There will be no afterlife, right? So no causality, non-causality. Actually, if you have such a wrong perspective, very dangerous for the world, right? Very dangerous. So we are here by chance, right? We are here by fate. Some people who believe that, so there are causes and conditions why we are ugly, why we are beautiful, why we are rich, why we are poor, right? If you believe so, you will accumulate good karma, right? Thinking that in the next life, next existence, so you will become, you will have a positive quality. So like a good prosperity and a good looking, right? A good look and intelligence, like this, right? So, but if you don't believe, right? So we are here by chance. So we are somehow intelligence, not because of their karma, by chance, right? So if you have such a wrong perspective, it's very dangerous. So it will block the path to a good destinations, right? So it might go to, you might go to hell, right? You might go to awful destinations. So that is number one. So there is a hideous wrong view, right? Hideous wrong view. Number two, non-doing, micchādiṭṭhi. So even though here a wrong view which claims that these have no efficacy in producing result. So here, even though you do good things, a good thing will not come, right? Even though you do bad things, your bad result will not come. Don't care. Just do whatever you want, right? Enjoy life. You don't need to take care of your parents. You don't need to take care of your friends. You don't need to take care of your country. No efficacy, right? In producing result. So this is also very wrong view, one of the wrong view, very serious wrong view, right? So if you have such a wrong view, it will have a result in awful destinations, right? It will block not only the path to Nibbana, but also it will block the path to a good destination, right? Next one is nihilism, micchādiṭṭhi, a wrong view that denies existence of afterlife and karmic retribution. You don't believe, right? You don't believe next life and afterlife, right? Past life. So you don't believe karmic retribution. This one is the worst. This one is the worst, right? micchādiṭṭhi. So these are the wrong view that will block the path to a good destination, just like a heavenly realms, right? And also the heavenly realms, a human realm, and even the Brahma realm, right? You don't need to, actually it will surely block the ways to Nibbana, right? So these are very strong wrong view. So I think the wrong view that the Buddha mentioned in the Suttas can be summarized, these three, right? These three. But these are very serious ones, right? So therefore, I think it is important to understand different level of good deed and different level of wrong view and different level of right view, right? So if you understand in that way, your understanding about teachings of the Buddha will be clear, right? Clearer. Question? No question? Okay. Okay. Microphone. Yavi.
Hello, Bhante.
Yeah.
This wrong view is very subjective, right? Because if a person believes in one religion, right, that there's a creator, then he views Buddhist view as no creation, as a wrong view. Right. Then we follow the Buddhist thinking.
Yeah.
Right. Then we view the other religion where there's a creator as wrong view. So
subjective.
Yeah, it's very subjective. So if according to this wrong view sutta, people who believe in other religion have no chance of going to nibbana, enlightenment, because they have this very serious wrong view. Any comments? Thank you.
But here, I think even other religions who believe the God, they believe, right? The result of good and bad deed, right? Actually, they are, how to say, of course, they may not believe next life and afterlife. So here, actually, the wrong view that mentioned here is not a subjective. It is objective, I think, right? If you do good, you have a good result. Whether you believe Buddhism or Buddhist teachings or other religions, right? Other religion, doesn't matter. If you believe, if you do good, you have a good result, right? Even if you are a member of other religions, you can still believe it, right? There are many atheists who believe that my religion is do good, and if you do good, you have a good result. Actually, many atheists, they say like this, right? So here, if you study, we have studied the wrong view that the Buddha mentioned, right? It's not subjective. The Buddha didn't say, if you don't believe Buddhism, you are wrong view. The Buddha didn't say like this, right? What the Buddha say is very objective. If you don't believe the result of good and bad result, that is the wrong view, right? That means the follower of the religions can also have a right view, right? Even the Buddhists, as I earlier said that, even the Buddhists, we have many wrong view. But that wrong view can be, it will block the way to Nibbana, but it will not block the way to a good destination, right? But normally we believe the result of good and bad karma, right? That we believe past life and afterlife. And we believe our duty to our parents, to our teachers, etc., right? Actually, but we also have many other wrong view. But later I will give you two examples showing two sutta, right? Actually, I think what the Buddha taught is very objective, not subjective, right? Question? Okay, no question, let's go. Actually, the wrong view is a very, very serious. Based on wrong view, so we will do all the unwholesome deeds. For that reason, the wrong view is called the root of all evil. The root of all evil. Famous biologist from England, Richard Dawkins, and he made a documentary, a very famous documentary. The name is The Root of All Evil. Especially he condemned Abrahamic religions. He tried to condemn, right? They are believing nonsense. So all the evil deed, right? Actually, he just focused negative part of Abrahamic religions, right? God religions. So actually, he just pinpoint the evil deeds that the follower Abrahamic religion do, right? But he totally ignore the positive part of what they are doing, right? What they are doing. It's called the root of all evil. So what I want to say is, according to him, so believing in God is the wrong view. Delusion. He wrote the book, God Delusion. Because of delusion, people believe in God, right? People believe in God. So that belief is the root of all evil. According to him, believing in God is the wrong view, right? I think you can Google the root of all evil, right? So I think it will appear first. And also God delusion, right? God delusion. So it's good to know, good to know. He's atheist. He doesn't believe any religions, right? He said that by relying on Bible, you can rely on Shakespeare book. He said that he can substitute, just giving the example, he just giving the example, by relying on our understanding and our faith in the Bible, so we can replace what the Shakespeare said. It's very, how to say, extroverted, right? So he openly said like this. But I think in Singapore, we cannot say that, right? You cannot say like this. Very strict. Must be strict, right? So here, the root of all evil, the Buddha said that bhikkhus, this is from Anguttara Nikaya, chapter 1, sutta number 306. Bhikkhus, I do not see even a single thing on account of which a reason and wholesome quality arise. Because of that, and a reason and wholesome quality arise. Because of that, a reason and wholesome qualities increase and expand so much as wrong view. That's very important. Based on wrong view, a reason and wholesome quality arise, a reason wholesome quality increase because of wrong view. So here, very important. For that reason, the opposite of the wrong view is the right view. The Noble Eightfold Path start with the right view because it's very important. So based on the right view, and we will have a right intention, right thought, right? Based on right intention, and we will right speech, right action, right livelihood, and right effort, right concentrations, and right mindfulness. And based on right concentrations, and we will have a right knowledge, right? Right knowledge. Right knowledge, according to Buddhism, is nothing but enlightenment, right? Enlightenment. So for that reason, understanding wrong view is very important. The opposite of wrong view is a right view, right? Right view. The Buddha said that the wrong view is the root of all evil. So even as a Buddhist, right? We may have a lot of wrong view, but our wrong view may not be blocking the way to a happy destinations, right? But our wrong view can block the way to Nibbana. Just like a self-identity view. We identify ourselves as a Bhante Cakkapala, we identify ourselves as a you, Mr. Chin, like this, right? So these are, actually, of course, we have to differentiate between conventional terms, conventional understanding, conventional usage, and our ultimate usage, right? So we use the name just for convenience sake, right? But we must understand there is no Bhante Cakkapala, there is no Mr. Chin, right? There's no women, there's no men. So we identify in the wrong way, right? that wrong perspective or that wrong view, such type of wrong view will not block the way to heaven, right? It will just block the way to Nibbana. So we have to differentiate in that way, right? Differentiate in that way. Okay.
So can we say that for a guideline, to a practitioner or trying to be a true Buddhist, can we say that the bottom line is as long you know that it should be a wholesome, so it's not a wrong view. Anything you do, the bottom line is to check yourself. As long as it's wholesome, you are safe.
You're right, perfectly, 100% right. Number one, bottom line is understanding wholesome as a wholesome. Understanding unwholesome as a unwholesome, right? Bottom line. And second level, understanding the root of unwholesome as the root of unwholesome, right? So that means understanding lobha as a lobha. Understanding lobha dosa moha as the root of unwholesome, right? The second level is this is getting harder, right? Getting harder. Second level. Understanding alobha, adosa, moha as the root of wholesome. The second level. Third level is understanding Four Noble Truths as the Four Noble Truths. So that is the third level. So I think you can differentiate three level of wrong view and 3 level of right view, right? Opposite of wrong view is right view, right? Opposite of right view is wrong view. Suppose sometimes you understand suffering as a happiness, right? So that is the wrong view. You understand suffering as a suffering. So that is the right view. So the coin, what is it? English what? The coin, two sides
of a coin. Two sides of a coin.
Two sides
of a coin.
Of the coin, right? Two sides of the coin.
But Bhante, if it's
by wisdom we can flick.
So if you know it's suffering, but you don't get attached, so you see this. In fact, what happens if you perceive something, you don't perceive it as suffering because you don't cling to it, and then you know that this is suffering, but you don't perceive it as suffering. You know, you feel that this is life. You have to accept this is life. So even if it's suffering, but you don't perceive it as suffering.
No, it's the wrong view. Don't worry, it's the advanced level. Don't worry. Wrong suffering as a suffering, right? No bargain. So life is suffering, right? Normally, sometimes we see is life is happiness, right? Happiness. That is the wrong view. That is a. Don't worry, we will study next year. No, is it? Next year. So we will three types of suffering. Next year we will study. So I think that because this is the advanced level, right? Advanced level. Only for those who have a right concentration, a very deep concentration, you will understand that, right? Don't worry, we'll study next year. Okay.
Bhante, since we are talking about wrong view and right view, and we are saying that understanding Four Noble Truths, but the thing is that people coming from the other religion, they don't really believe or understand Four Noble Truths. Yeah. And also, a lot of them don't believe in karma and reincarnation. So, is it right to say that people from other religions, actually, I do believe people from other religion, a lot of them are doing good deeds. And
Yeah.
I have witnessed that. But then, just because they don't have a right view, they will not enter into Nibbana.
Yeah, of course. Yes. There's no way other than the Noble Eightfold Path. So the Buddha clearly said in Mahaparinibbana Sutta, if there's no the Noble Eightfold Path, there will be no Nibbana. There will be no Sotapanna, Sakadagami, Anagami, and Arahant.
Yes,
Right?
they will not.
But of course, there are many people from other religions, they are doing good deed because they believe this is good, right? So that is a right view, right? That is a right view. But of course, there are many devas who are not Bodhis in the heaven.
Yes.
Maybe they go to heaven.
They will still go to heaven, yes.
Yeah, they can still go to heaven, right? For that reason, T.Y. Lee, right? T.Y. Lee write a book, Just Be Good, can go to heaven, right? Just be good, can go to heaven. Whether you believe Buddhism or you don't believe Buddhism, doesn't matter, just be good, you can go to heaven. So what I want to say is a different level of good deed, different level of right view and wrong view, right? Okay.
Bhante, just to add on that, doing good things and all that is a universal truth. So it doesn't matter which religion you prescribe to.
Yeah.
Let's say,
Yeah.
you reap what you sow. You live by the sword, you die by the sword. Live by the gun, you die by the gun.
Yeah.
So you're doing evil things, there's always the reaction that comes back to you in Newton's law. Every action, there's reaction. So you done bad things, it will come back to you in full circle. So whether you are a Christian or a Buddhist, it doesn't matter. Even the Muslim, they believe that also. So as a universal truth, well, I think across the board, people will just subscribe to that.
Very good. Yeah, it's talk about Kamma. For that reason, the 5 precept is called universal law, right? Universal law. Later we'll learn that 5 precept, right? 5 precept. Okay, so let's go, right? So now we just finished 3 type of mental actions, right? So here, 3 type of mental action mean wrong actions, right? Wrong actions. So now let's go to second level. The root of unwholesome karma, right? So we just understand, I suppose that you just understand the first level, right? Bottom line, as he said, that bottom line, right? Understanding unwholesome actions as a unwholesome action. That is a right view, right? That is a right view. Understanding wholesome thing as a wholesome thing. So that is a right view, right? The opposite is wrong view. So yeah, let's talk about second level, the root of unwholesome karma, right? According to suttas, the root of any of 10 unwholesome karma. So actually, we have learned 10 causes of unwholesome karma: killing, right? Stealing. So 3 type of bodily unwholesome actions, 4 type of bhave unwholesome actions, and 3 type of mental unwholesome actions. So these are 10 unwholesome karma, right? According to the suttas, the root of any of 10 unwholesome karma are threefold, right? Number 1, greed. Number 2, hatred. Number 3, delusion. So actually, lobha, dosa, moha, that we are always learning, right? For that reason, when you hear lobha, dosa, moha, very important, right? Very important. To understand lobha, dosa, moha is very important. Only if you understand, then you can avoid it, right? You can avoid it. So for that reason, very important. Greed as the root of unwholesome actions. Hatred and delusion as the root of unwholesome actions, right? It's important to understand that way. That will be right view, right? That will be right view. According to suttas, killing, the root of killing can be greed, hatred, and delusion, right? It can be 3, right? But of course, you don't believe, of course, delusion is the root of all evil deed, right? But sometimes, normally we understand that the root of killing is hatred. Because of hatred, because of anger, we kill somebody, right? So normally what we understand is the root of killing, the origin of killing is hatred, right? But according to the Buddha, the root of killing can also be because of greed, right? Because you want something from somebody, then you kill, right? By killing that person, then you get something, right? So the root of killing is greed, right? And the root of stealing can be greed, hatred, delusion. It can be three, right? For that reason, Loba, dosa, moha are called akusala mula, right? Akusala mula. Actually, the name of the soda in Anguttara Nikaya is akusala mula soda, right? So the root of unwholesome actions. So they are Loba, dosa, moha, right? So here, Loba, dosa, moha also have a different level, right? Different degree, right? Different degree. So one of the monks asked Venerable Sariputta, people say that Nibbana, Nibbana, Nibbana. So what is Nibbana? Venerable Sariputta said that Nibbana is the devoid of Loba, dosa, moha. If you don't have Loba, dosa, moha, you will attain Nibbana. If you have a lot of Loba, dosa, moha, you are very, very far from Nibbana. If you can reduce the amount of Loba, dosa, moha, you are closer to Nibbana. For that reason, it is important, right? To reduce the amount of Loba, dosa, moha, right? So these are the root of unwholesome Kamma. Even the wrong view, the root of wrong view can be Loba, dosa, moha, right? It can be three, according to the suttas. Sutta number in Anguttara Nikaya, chapter 10, sutta number 174, right? 174. Chona Sutta that we are learning is chapter 10, sutta number 176, right? Very close, right? Very close. Then you can read it. You can read it in the Anguttara Nikaya, right? But in Abhidhamma proposed different method, perhaps more precise way, right? More precise way, or Abhidhamma generalized. I would say the Abhidhamma generalized when it regard to the root of unwholesome Kamma, right? The root of unwholesome Kamma. For those who want to know Abhidhamma point of view, you can read Comprehensive Manual of Abhidhamma, page number 208, right? 208. Comprehensive Manual of Abhidhamma, written by Bhikkhu Bodhi. According to Abhidhamma, delusion, moha, associate with any type of unwholesome actions. Wherever unwholesome action you do because of delusion, right? Because of delusion. It's very important. In dependent originations, avijja, right? Avijja, because of avijja, and sankhara arise. Because of sankhara, vijnana arise. Because of vijnana and so on, right? Then all the methods suffering. Dependent origination said that, right? So what I mean, everything, delusion is the cause of everything, right? Wherever you do unwholesome actions, because of delusion, you don't understand, right? You don't understand. Number one, killing, panadipada. Number two, hard speech, frusavacha. Number three, airway, abhijja, right? Abhijja. Sorry, vyapara. So these three, the root of all these three are hatred, right? But of course, hatred and delusion. So Abhidhamma trying to give a precise the root of unwholesome actions, right? But of course, killing mostly because of hatred. Hard speech mostly because of hatred. Ill will because of hatred, right? So the root of killing, hard speech, ill will is hatred and also delusion. Hatred plus delusion, right? Then sexual misconduct, kamisu micchādiṭṭhi, covetousness, abhijam, wrong view, micchādiṭṭhi. So their cause, right? Their origin is because of greed, right? Because of greed. So Bidama mentioned that sexual misconduct, covetousness and wrong view, so because of greed, because of lobha, right? Plus moha. The remaining four arise from the two rules, hatred, greed, right? Hatred and greed. And together with delusion, right? Delusion. So the remaining four, right? The remaining four, taking what is not given, right? It can be because of hatred or greed, right? And telling lie, right? Telling lie can be because of hatred or greed, and slandering, right? And also can be because of hatred or greed. Another one, frivolous talk, right? Frivolous talk, sampapalapa. Also because of hatred or greed. So this is what the Bidama said. So that is a slightly different between the Sota and Abhidhamma, right? Normally the Sota generalize, right? The Sota talk generally, but Abhidhamma trying to say precisely, right? Precisely. Okay, so there's a just for knowledge, right? Just for knowledge. Anyway, the Buddha said that lobha, dosa, moha are the root of unwholesome actions, right? Unwholesome actions. Alobha, adosa, moha are the root of wholesome actions, right? Wholesome actions. You hold it, right? You hold it. That's lobha, right? And you, right? Give away, right? Give away. That's alobha. Because of generosity in your mind, right? Because of generosity in your mind. You let go what you belong to, right? So that is alobha. So alobha is the root of wholesome actions, right? So you have ill will in your mind, dosa, but you don't have it. You have compassion in your mind and love in your mind. Because of that, you will treat people nicely, right? So loving kindness, compassion. So these are the root of wholesome actions, right? Then you will right view. Because of right view, you will do wholesome things, right? Wholesome things. So the right view is the root of wholesome things, right? Wholesome things. 10 causes of wholesome karma. Actually, now we have learned 10 causes of unwholesome karma, right? So I hope that. So this is very important as a Buddhist, right? As a Buddhist, for everyone, not only Buddhists, right? It's a bottom line, right? It's a bottom line. We must, at least we must know these 10, right? 10 causes of unwholesome karma. So now we are going to learn 10 causes of wholesome karma. Actually, wholesome karma is two characteristics. Number one, abstaining from 10 causes of unwholesome karma is called vareda, right? Not to do any evil, number one, right? And to do good deed, right? To do good deed. And fulfilling wholesome behaviors, just like fulfilling your duty to your family, right? So that is called fulfilling virtuous behavior. It's called 10 causes of wholesome karma. If you refrain from 10 causes of wholesome karma, that's called wholesome karma, right? If you can refrain from telling lie, killing, that is wholesome karma, right? Wholesome karma. It's not really easy, not really easy. Not only that, you try to fulfill virtual behavior. So that is called wholesome karma. Question?
It's not easy, but it's not difficult.
Not easy.
Just now you mentioned it's not easy, but it's also not difficult.
Not easy, not difficult. It can be both. Of course, yes. If you fulfill the bottom line busy one, of course, easy. But higher one, not easy. But as a Bodhi, you must understand different level, right? Otherwise, you will confuse, right? You will confuse. Some people say that staying with the family is not good. If you think like this, actually it's not good. You don't understand how to say the different level of good deed, right? You can do good deed by staying in the family, right? You might think that being a Buddhist monk and Buddhist nun is very good. There are many Buddhist monks and nuns who are not very good. No, what I mean is not depends on who you are, depends on what you do, right? What you do is very important. For that reason, Buddhism is very objective, not subjective. Even a Buddhist monk, if he is doing 10 causes of unwholesome actions, go to hell, right? Go to hell. Actually, very objective, right? Very objective. So this is nothing but not to do any evil and to do good, right? So that is a wholesome karma, right? Wholesome karma. And also to purify one's mind, right? So before you attain jhana, magga and phala, so that can be called wholesome karma, right? Sorry, according to dependent originations, so attaining magga is not karma, right? But attaining doing wholesome things and also attaining jhana, that can be called karma, right? So later I have written my note, right? Later you will know very clearly. But here just I point out two things: not to do any evil and to do good deed, right? So that is called wholesome karma. So Chona Soda, we are learning Chona Soda, right? Not finished yet. So I think understanding Chona Soda is very important, right? So by using many other soda, right? So you understand Chona Soda very clearly. So this is a bottom line knowledge for Buddhists, right? As a Buddhist, we must know the teachings, especially as a lay devotees, right? So you must understand teachings in Chona Soda, right? So then only you will become a good Buddhist. So the Buddha said in Chona Soda, if one engage in 10 causes of wholesome karma, if someone is doing wholesome karma, whether or not he perform rites and rituals, one is pure, right? One is pure. So there are a lot of rites and rituals. People believe that by performing those rites and rituals, so their body is clean, their mind is clean, right? Purified. So these are rites and rituals. Any type, right? Any type. Including blessing in our temple, right? But of course, understanding blessing in our temple with the water, sprinkling water, if you have a right view, of course, it's very powerful, right? It will bring the power, spiritual power, right? So with this, but you have done a lot of unwholesome deed outside. Then after that, you have a regret, and you come to envy and request for the blessing. This is also not in accordance with the Chona Soda, right? Not in accordance with the Chona Soda. Actually, not only Buddhists and other follow other religions as well, right? They do a lot of rites and rituals. So one of the documentaries, 80 days around the world, right? 80 days around the world. In that documentaries, as you all know, the Siberia in Russia is very cold in the cold season. Very cold season. So by that time, people dive into the water, right? Cold season, dive into the cold water. You know, it's not really easy. They have a very strong faith, right? They believe that by diving in the blessed water, all the unwholesome deeds that they have accumulated throughout the year are purified, right? So that's their belief, right? Because of such a belief, even in very cold weather, right? Siberia in Russia, very cold, right? Very cold. And they dive into the water, not water, in ice water, right? After they get back, after they came back, you're very shaking. They're already shaking. So these are rites and rituals, right? Rites and rituals. So here, whether or not you follow rites and rituals, any type of rituals, one is pure, right? After doing good deed, right? After doing good deed, one is pure because those 10 causes of wholesome action themselves are pure and purifying. That's very important. So that means just do wholesome deed, right? Whether you perform rites and rituals, you will stay pure, right? Right? So there are many believe in so in our many believe, you know, in Burma we believe many people believe that if somebody walk under the women sarong, right? Sarong. So they are sarong. So their power is reduced. Their power is reduced. Like this, there are so many believe like this, right? So even the women themselves, they believe, right? They believe. So actually, this is a wrong perspective, right? After doing good deed, whether you walk under the human sarong or not, you will stay very powerful. Actually, power here means good deed, right? Then suppose you have done, for that reason we always say that. Then where you, for those who believe such an idea, we always say that. Think about the place where you come from, where you were born, right? You come from mother's, right? Mother's womb, right? You come from mother's womb. If so, you have no power at all, right? No power at all. Actually, these are very wrong perspective, right? Not in according with the Buddhism. So this is a tradition, right? So there are many pagodas in Myanmar. So women are not allowed to climb up, right? So conservative, they believe that women are not allowed to climb up. The reason is they are not pure. So many foreigners ask, why? And we always reply that this nothing to do with the teachings of the Buddha. That is just tradition, right? That is just tradition. Not only in Myanmar, many people, right? There are many nonsense rites and rituals, nonsense traditions, nonsense customs. In Greece there is one Christian temple, one Christian church. So no women is allowed. No women is not allowed to enter. Just men, right? Just men. Even the young boy not allowed to enter. Adult boy. So they are on the nonsense belief, right? Nonsense belief and nonsense custom. Many believe, right? So here, actually, what the Buddha taught in Chona Sutta is very meaningful. After you have done good deed, right? After you have done wholesome deed, whether you perform rites and rituals, whether you are not following rites and rituals, you will stay pure. The reason is your good deed, because of your good deed, you're pure, right? Not because of rights and rituals, right? Rights and rituals. That's very important message here, I think, very important. So suppose you have done a lot of unwholesome deed, right? Then you follow a lot of rites and rituals, right? A lot of rites and rituals, but you will not be purified, right? Normally, many people, after they have done a lot of wrongdoings, they will come to the temple and they will perform a lot of rites and rituals, right? That is very wrong. But what you have to do is try not to do those unwholesome actions, right? And trying to do wholesome actions. So that is only in accordance with the Buddhism, right? In accordance with the Buddha. So if you look at this Sutta, the Buddha is very objective, right? Not subjective. It is because people engage these 10 causes of wholesome karma that the Deva human beings, the Devas, human beings, and other good destinations see, right? Because of those good deeds, they were born in the heaven. Not because of rites and rituals, right? Not because of rites and rituals. So as a good Buddhist, if you just understand Chona Sutta, more than enough to become a good Buddhist, right? There's nothing just wholesome and unwholesome, right? If you do unwholesome, unwholesome result. If you do wholesome, wholesome result. Very, very clear, right? Nothing to perplex, right? Very clear. So you don't need to follow any rites and rituals, right? But of course, as I always said that, as long as you do not become Sotapanna, you still have attachment to those rites and rituals, right? Whether you're a monk or women, right? You still have attachment to the rites and rituals. I think a few years ago, maybe about more than 6 years ago, Bhante Chaitra went out for blessing with the volunteer driver. So when they come back, so another car from behind trying to crash, bump their car, right? So the driver became very scared, right? Of course, Bhante Chaitra also. Then when they come back at the MV, so the driver requests for the blessing because he encountered, unlucky experiences, right? Then of course, Bhante Chaitra have to bless, right? Then after blessing, Bhante Chaitra think that, how about me? Actually, they encounter the same experiences, right? The same. Now, what I want to say is, Bhante Chaitra also, even as a Buddhist monk, he also believed the power of rites and rituals, right? Because he is not a Sotapanna, right? So what I want to say is, there's no harm believing rites and rituals, right? But don't mistakenly believe that those rites and rituals will help you, right? Will purify your good deed, your unwholesome karma, right? Actually, to purify your unwholesome karma, try not to do that. Number one, try not to do that. Then try to do good things, right? Try to do good things. Then I will highlight one sutta, that idea, right? It's very important. Normally, people have a attachment to the grasping, actually in dependent originations, upadana, right? Grasping, we're trying to grasp those rites and rituals. Because it is very, our mind is automatically attached to them, right? Rites and rituals. So I think as a Chinese, you all are very, particular. A lot of superstitions, right? A lot of superstitions among the Chinese. So because we can call it, these are rites and rituals, traditions and customs, right? not because of them, not because of them. Normally, when people ask me where they should put their Buddhist shrine in their house, I normally answer, trying to look at a suitable place. Whatever place, just put it shrine hall, right? Shrine hall. So actually, this is it. We don't need to worry about custom. We don't need to worry about, how to say, the traditions, right? Traditions. If you think that this tradition is good, keep it, right? So if you have a lot of superstitions, I think you will place your shrine hall in the wrong place, right? In the wrong place. I have shared one time, one of the Dhamma teacher asked me, she is going to, going to move to new house, and she asked me on which day she should invite the monk for the blessing. I told her, you can invite the Buddhist man any day, which is suitable for you. So I think as a Dhamma teacher, right, it's very important to understand. So this is a right perspective, right? What the Buddha condemned is a good deed and bad deed, right? Not rites and rituals, not custom, not tradition. I'm trying to read Kalama Sutta, right? Kalama Sutta. Okay?
Bhante, just to add on to the example they given, I think a more appropriate answer will be, please refer to the Brahmajala Sutta.
Okay.
So that question should not address to me because I will never entertain that.
Sorry?
Such question
Yeah.
should not address to the monk. All right? So the monk's duty, among all the 62 things, one of them is fortune telling, picking a right day, etc., etc., is it? All right? So I think the right thing, not say any day. If you can refer to the Brahmajala Sutta itself, then I think she understands. It's the wrong place, the wrong time, the wrong person to approach to a monk. All right?
I think what he wants to say is a fortune telling, and fortune telling, palmistry and astrologers are not allowed for the monks. But of course, it's one of the virtue, one of the Sila, moral conduct as a Buddhist monk. So we don't have to perform fortune telling, follow fortune telling, astrologies, and also palmistry, right? Palmistry. So as a Buddhist monk, of course, we don't have to do that. We don't have to do that. So for me, I'm very lucky. I'm not interested in them. So I don't know much about all these ones. But before my time, all the Samanera have to learn astrology. So that is subjects in the villages. So we have to learn basic knowledge about astrology. For that reason, people, when they see the monk, they always show their fan. I want to know my future. Because they understand that the monks know astrology and also the fortune telling, right? Also, we are not supposed to practice those ones, right? As a Buddhist monk. But of course, she can seek advice from the monks. For that reason, I told her, any day which is convenient to you, you can invite, right? You don't need to choose on which day, right?
Bhante, what happens if you believe, let's say I believe that after I pass away 49 days, I will probably go elsewhere. Is this a wrong belief? Is this a wrong view?
49 days, right? But you will be stay around 49 days, right?
I don't know whether I will, but assuming that this 49 days, I don't know whether this is considered a wrong view. And then the second thing is, when you do blessings to the house, is that also rites and rituals?
When you
do blessing to the house, right? Is that also rites and rituals?
Good questions. Actually, two questions. One is 49 days, right?
Yeah.
According to Theravada Abhidhamma, Theravada Abhidhamma is a wrong view.
Yeah.
But we are not quite sure. According to the Suttas, we are not quite sure. It can be or it cannot be, right? It cannot be. But of course, in the some Suttas suggest that as soon as we die, we was born in the certain destinations. Some Sutta suggest that there is a in-between state, right? In-between state. It can be maybe 49 days or maybe somebody 7 days, right? Somebody 100 days like this.
Yeah.
Actually, no harm, no harm. You do good deed, that's all, right? But here, according to Theravada Abhidhamma, that means after you die, you were born in the next existence. But if you stay around here, surely you become a ghost. You become a beta. This is another life, right? Another life, another life.
No, you remember the story of Queen Malika?
Yeah.
She went to hell.
Yeah.
Okay, she went.
Another question is blessing house, inviting monks to bless the house. Is it rites and rituals? But of course, number one, if you believe that, actually there are some people who kill all the insect their house, then after that they invite the monks. And we have to bless their house, no choice, right? So if we invite, we have to bless the house, right? But it is a wrong perspective, right? Wrong perspective. After you have killed a lot of insect in your house, right? Then you want to clean your house and bless blessing, right? But of course, blessing is good. At least you see the monk, and if the monk chant with the full of compassion and loving kindness, that the power will be stay around, right? But people normally, as I always said that, as a normal people, we have a attachment, right? Attachment to those rites and rituals. It's considered as a rites and ritual. I would say that rites and rituals. So the reason is you don't need to invite the monk. You just do good by yourself, right?
But with the monks' merits or what? So, like for example, you are good in a sense. So you bless the house. I mean, you will add on, right? You will have to add on.
How to say? Partly is the rites and rituals. Because of rites and rituals, you accumulate other good deeds, right? Other good deeds, just like a chanting, right? And you can experience the the compassion, loving kindness, or the monk, right? So this is another power, mental power, right?
Sorry, Bhante, one last question. This one is, it happens to me. I don't know whether this is rites and rituals. I used to send metta in the morning, in the afternoon, and in the night. So there was this morning that I'm very busy. So I say, never mind, I cut short my metta. Okay. I cut short. And then I realized that when I cut short, right, I start to have dreams.
Okay.
And unfortunately, I start to get sick.
Okay.
So is this considered rites and rituals?
No, it's a wrong perspective. Not because of cutting short you are loving kindness, but because you don't take care of your health. Or maybe you have obsession, right? If I do that, something will happen, right? Obsession, not because...
It's immediately I stop sending, because I can sleep very, very well when I send metta, truly like a baby. So the thing is, I cut short my metta only in the morning, because I don't have time. And I realize that, how come I start to have dreams?
So that means you don't have not enough metta to sleep well.
So this
it
is
can be possible.
rituals?
It can be possible. Not rites and rituals. Not rites and rituals. It's good, right? The power of loving kindness. The power of spreading metta. How to say? It is a good method to get sleep, right? To get a good sleep. It's one of the benefits, right? We have 11 benefits of loving kindness, right?
Because we say metta is to sentient beings, not to get sleep or benefits out of it, but it's to...
No, it benefits you, actually, especially you benefit from it. Because you develop, we call it, you develop bhavita, not sending, right? We're trying to develop loving kindness in your mind, right? So that is directly affected. You are the one, who get the result of loving kindness. Actually, we're trying to develop, the right perspective, developing or cultivating loving kindness, right? Not sinning. Actually, of course, we cultivate, we radiate loving kindness in our mind to the people who are living in the east directions. Sending loving kindness or sending metta is, we use metaphorically. We use it metaphorically. Actually, we trying to radiate, right? But of course, living beings around us can experience, right? Can experience you are metta. Suppose you have a mother who is living in the woodland and you live in the Tampines, it's very far to go, right? Normally, you always radiate and cultivate loving kindness to your mother, right? All the time. But whenever you go, your metta will be there, right? Because in your mind, you have a loving kindness, right? When you go there, your mother can appreciate and can sense, right? Can sense your loving kindness, right? Not sending metta to your mother. You cultivate, right? Loving kindness to your mother, right? So actually, we are using metaphorically.
More for sentient beings is also, how to say, you cultivate the metta is so that you want to benefit the sentient beings. It's not able to benefit the sentient beings.
But of course, you must say, well, experience loving kindness. If you don't have loving kindness, you cannot radiate, right?
Correct.
If you have loving kindness, your mind is very peaceful.
Correct.
So that is the result for yourself, right? So actually here is but of course you have a loving kindness to other sentient beings. But that spirit, that state of mind benefit for yourself, right? So actually it's in the same way, suppose I'm sending anger to other people, right? I'm trying to send my anger to other people. I say, I will use metaphorically. Then I send anger to other people, right? Then anger affects my mind, right? So that is a negative effect on my mind. That instead, I'm trying to really loving kindness to other people, right? But of course, other people also will benefit, and I also will benefit. Win-win situation. Okay, so thank you for the question. Let's go for the next one. So here, we are going to finish Chona Sutta. Chona Sutta, if we summarize Chona Sutta, 10 causes of unwholesome actions and 10 causes of wholesome actions. If you do good, don't worry whether you follow rites and ritual or not. It doesn't matter. You're pure, right? If you do unwholesome actions, whether you follow thousands and 100,000s of rites and rituals, it will not change. You will be impure, right? So according to Buddhism, good deed and bad deed, kusala and akusala. Very important is the bottom line, right? A basic understanding as a Buddhist, right? This is a basic level. But if we understand lobha, dosa, moha as the root of unwholesome, alobha, adosa, moha as the root of wholesome, second level. If you understand Four Noble Truths, is a higher level, right? Higher level. Then we'll go back to another soda, Patama Sosaya Soda. We have learned earlier. So by understanding this soda, so you will understand Buddhist attitude, right? Buddhist attitude, the purity and impurity, right? Purity and impurity. So in that soda, the Buddha said that 3 types of purity. So we have a bodily purity. If you want to purify your body, trying to abstain from distraction of life, panadipada. Number 2, abstinence from taking what is not given. Number 3, abstinence from sexual misconduct. So if you refrain from 3 types of unwholesome bodily karma, so that means you are pure in bodily, right? You are pure in bodily. So we have a verbal purity as well. Abstinence from false speech, musavara. Abstinence from divisive speeches, frusavacha. Abstinence from hard speech, frusavacha. And abstinence from idle chatter, sambapalapa. If you have all these 4 qualities, verbally you are pure, right? Verbally you are pure. Then we have a mental purity as well. Normally, not to do any evil, to do good deed, right? Previous one. But to beautify your mind. How to beautify your mind? Then try to abstain from longing, right? Longing, the first purity. Then abstinence from ill will. If you don't have ill will, so that means your mind is pure, right? If you have ill will, trying to drive them away, right? So in that way, your mind will be pure. Then abstinence from wrong view. If you have a wrong view, drive them away, right? So in that way, you will be purified. Your mind will be purified. Not to do any evil, to do good deed. So that is bodily and verbal purity. To beautify one's mind, mental purity, right? So how to beautify your mind? So that's the answer, right? Try not to have longing, ill will, and wrong view, so that your mind is pure, right? So the basic level of purity, of course, right? Second level of purity and third level of purity, right? So when we learn meditation method, bhavana, right? Meditation topic, we are going to learn a deeper level of purity, right? A deeper level of purity. Now we are just learning Sila, Dana Sila, right? Dana Sila. So I think if we understand those simple suttas, our understanding about teachings of the Buddha will be very clear, right? Very clear. The next one, Majjhima Nikaya, Balapanita Sutta, the fool and the wise. The fool and the wise. In Mangala Sutta, Asevanasa Balana, right? Not to associate with the fool, to associate with the wise, right? If you want to know the exact definition of who is the fool, who is the wise man, that is the Sutta, right? This Sutta will talk about the fool and the wise. Very clear, right? Very clear. The Buddha said, bhikkhus. So there are these 3 characteristics of a fool. Signs of a fool and attributes of a fool. So you can evaluate yourself, right? You are a foolish person or the wise person, right? So this is the good criteria, yeah, to evaluate yourself, whether you are the foolish one or the wise one. 3 characteristics. Here, a fool is one who thinks but thought. Number 1. Number 2, speaks but words. Number 3, does but deed. Very clear, right? Very clear. So if you are thinking but thought, right? If you are speaking but words, if you are doing but deeds, you are foolish, right? So that is a good ruler or a good criteria, right, to evaluate ourselves. So here, who think but thought? Number 1, longing. Number 2, ill will. Number 3, wrong view. So if you are these 3, you're foolish, right? If you are one of them, you're foolish. Speaks. So I think now she is trying to evaluate herself. Then speaks but words, right? So here, normally you tell lie. If you are telling lie, foolish. Then you are slandering, you are trying to break unity between two people, between two society, two country, etc. Right? You are foolish. Then you are using hard speeches, right? Foolish. And you are using idle chatters very often. Very often. So that is you're foolish, right? You're foolish. And that's bad deed, right? You are killing sentient beings, number one. And you are taking what is not given, and you are committing sexual intercourse, sexual misconduct. You're foolish, right? You're foolish. A very simple method, right? Very simple method. Very clear to understand. And this soda is very interesting. In that soda, the Buddha talk about how the hair look like. The hair look like, right? So actually, recently one of my students asked me. So there are many things about hell in Buddhist literatures. There are a few things about heaven. He went to know. I told him, if I happen to meet sources that talk about heaven, I will give it to you. I promise. Of course, there are many sources, many sodas that talk about heaven, right? That talk about heaven. Normally, the nature of human beings, we try to highlight only negative things, right? Negative things. That's the human nature, right? For that reason, so what I want to say is, in Bala Panita Soda, the Buddha talk about what is hell look like, right? Hell look like. And you can read Majjhima Nikaya. Then what is the wise man? Bhikkhus, there are these three characteristics of a wise man, signs of a wise man, attributes of a wise man. Number one, the one who thinks good thought, the one who speaks good words, and the one who does good deeds. You are wise one, right? Wise one. I think that is a very beautiful soda, right? Very beautiful soda. A very simple, we can say that deceptively simple, right? Deceptively simple. Easy to understand, right? Not difficult. Okay, so this is what I want to highlight is the importance of good and bad deed, right? Importance of good and bad deed. So even the Buddha trying to define the meaning of the fool, and the wise one, based on good deed and bad deed, right? Based on good deed and bad deed. Question? Then no question. Let's go to next topic. What is Kamma? Everyone want to know, I think, right? Everyone want to know what is Kamma. This is the most famous line to talk about Kamma in Buddhism. The Buddha said that Chetanaham Bhikkhve Kamma Vadami Chitayetawa Kamman Karoti Kayena Vachaya Manasa. Very famous one. It is volition or motivation, bhikkhus, that are called Kamma. For having will, for having motivated, one acts by body, speech, and mind. Body, speech, and mind. So we have three types of bodily actions, 4 types of verbal actions, and 3 types of mental actions. So everything is connected each other, right? Every discourses are connected. So here, volition or motivation, in Pali we call it cetana, right? Cetana. So recently, one of the students asked me, One of the students asked me, you want to ask question? Excuse me? You want to ask question regarding with the Kamma without intention, or sometimes you can you ask regarding with the car accident? Maybe I will explain. No need. Sorry. I will explain. Actually, the question she asked very profound, very meaningful. I need to know. I want to share. So one of the Tibetan monks are teaching that if you are whatever you do, that is Kamma. Whether you have intention, motivation or not, it's called Kamma, right? Suppose you kill a person by car accident, right? Whether you have intention or not intention, intentionally or unintentionally, right? Without intention, that is Kamma. Actually, it is contradict to this teaching, right? Not only this soda, but also many other soda as well, right? So when we talk about Ubali soda, right? Ubali soda, disciples of Jainism, Mahavira, right? They believe that bodily action is the most serious one, right? But the Buddha said that mental action. Actually, what the Buddha wants to point out is mind is forerunner of everything, right? We are killing somebody because of the mind, hatred, right? We are sharing what we have. We are donating what you have because of the mind, right? Generosity. You are helping other people because of loving kindness and compassion in your heart. Mind, right? Mind is forerunner of everything. Here, one of the monks is teaching that every action is called Kamma, whether you have intention or without intention. That's not in accordance with the teachings of the Buddha, right? Here, the Buddha said that it is volition, bhikkhus, that are called Kamma. Volition is Kamma. Then you kill somebody with your car, with a car accident, right? So actually you are driving your way mindfully. Somebody suddenly came in, right? Then you crash and you kill that person. You don't have any volition or any motivation to kill that person. So that person came in, right? Without, so you kill, right? In that circumstances, you don't need to worry about your action. But you're right? You're driving your way, but somebody carelessly came in, right? You kill. That's not Kamma. Without volition, right? You don't have volition to kill that person. Incidentally, you kill it, right? That's not Kamma according to Buddhism. Not Kamma according to Buddhism. But of course, so that person will be affected. Because of his Kamma, right? Carelessness. Maybe because of previous, it doesn't follow rules and regulation of the road, right? Traffic. So, as a doer, I don't know the laws, the government laws. I don't know if you kill a person without any intention, what will be the law? What will be the law? You will be sent to jail, right? But you are right. You are driving in a correct way. You'll be jail, right? It depends. Right? Okay, Mr. Chen.
Bhante,
Please make it sure.
I read a lot of these cases in newspaper.
Okay.
Whenever there is a traffic accident where the victim is killed, the driver is normally arrested. Yes. And then
whether right or wrong.
Yes. As long as the victim has been killed, they will be arrested. Then, of course, from there, then they will have to determine if the driver is reckless. Of course, you go to jail. See? Other than that, maybe he gets suspension for driving, or maybe be a fine. But the first thing you read the paper, driver be arrested when somebody is killed. that is happening to this situation.
Even though you're right?
In a way, yes, sometimes in a way. Because what the law says, and your driver, you have to be very careful. That's what it means to say. If somebody be killed, you be arrested. Of course, arrested doesn't mean that you go to jail. Maybe, yes, arrested. Then, of course, if you are caught, then you pay. If you were to put in the bail, of course, you can go up, you see. Right? But then, of course, the first thing is newspapers. If someone killed, driver arrested.
I see. Actually, there's a difference between the government law, the human law, and the law of karma, right? The law of karma. So the law of karma is just violation, right? Just violation. Sometimes, if you are accused of something, right? Somebody will accuse you, but you are conscious. Your conscience is very pure, right? You don't need to worry. You don't need to worry about their accusation or their blame. Doesn't matter. But you know your conscience is very pure, right? So that is the law of karma, right? The law of karma. For that reason, it is violation bhikkhu that I call karma. Actually, this is a contrary to the teachings of Jainism, right? Jainism. In Jainism, whatever you do, that's called karma, right? Whether you have violation or without violation, doesn't matter. But here, Buddhism said that if you do unwholesome actions, right? You don't have any violation, somebody is killed, right? But it's not karma. It's not karma. Okay, so time is up. So that will be today. I think we have only 3 more weeks, and we have to run to finish this topic. We have to run. I think next week we have to learn 2 soda that are connected with the karma, right? So I am not explaining in details. You read yourself, right? Then I just explain just a little bit. Then I will go to other topic, right? So this year we will finish Sila. Next year we'll learn meditation, right? Okay. Yo varatam bhavaro manu jesu sakyamuni bhagava gata kecho paragato bala viriya samangi Dansukatan saranata mupemi ragavi ragama ninjama sokat tamama sangata mapatikulam Marurami mambagunam suvipatam Dhammami mansaranathamupemi Yatachadena mahapalamāhu Chatusu susisu buddhisa yugesu atacha bogala dhammadasate sangami mansaranatha mupemi sadhu sadhu sadhu. Good night everyone.